Hey, welcome back to Ty's DIYs. So, a lot has happened in the last month. It has been extremely busy with work and with trying to get stuff done around the house too. What you're going to see in the video is we got all our deck boards done. We've got our chimney up. We've got a bunch of windows and doors and that sort of stuff in. We put some patio doors in late last night at our place for the downstairs. What else? I got all the framing in the basement done for that. The electrical is just over kind of like halfway done. They did the whole upstairs and then they've got most of the basement done. Hopefully they'll be back here in the next week or so and get that all finished up. And then we can dig a underground line in and get that done too. There's still a lot to do, but yeah, we're sitting pretty good. We've got a lot of stuff done just to keep things going. It kind of crazy weather. It went from being almost unbearably hot out to like cold. Like you want a sweater and long johns, and it flipped pretty quick. So it's kind of a weird fall. But yeah, so hope you enjoy. And yeah, here's some of the stuff that you're going to be seeing. So the guys have been hard at it. I didn't seem to get my camera out, but here's our deck so far. We got boards on this side. We've got the boards on this main area. And then we've got boards coming all the way around here. And then we started to go around here. We're gonna do most of this next section, and then we're gonna leave this out till the chimney's in, so that I can get it nice tight fit. And then we'll do those two sections. And then the guys are gonna switch over, and they got to start closing off this part here, so we can put our insulation and stuff in, and then sealed off from bugs and all that other stuff. And then we can start on some other things. Also, we're pretty busy this weekend, and I don't know why I didn't put the camera up, but I didn't. So this is what I did this weekend, which I should have done something. I yanked this wall out. So there was the outside wall with the 3 windows. That is gone. And then I came inside and I removed, there was a beam coming across, and then from this corner up there was a wall as well. So that wall's gone. And then we had a doorway here going into there, that's gone. There was a doorway here, that's gone. And then I want to cut this up to the ceiling as well, so that it's not another doorway and that's all open. And that'll just help. I mean, if we're making a mess, we might as well make a mess on all of it. And then eventually, near future, I gotta basically strip from here all this drywall off. I think I can take all of it off because we were just looking, this is a 2x6 wall and this is 2x4, so then I can strap it with 2x2s. I can put full 2x6 insulation bats, and then I got to get an LVL to go across here to take the weight from this girder truss, and then do a post on either side, and then I can do it in 2x6, which will be stronger than doing 2x4s for that. And then I got to make sure that weight carries all the way down to the footings as well, so that it's nice and solid. And then we got a window in here. This one's just a 2x10 across the top, but basically I'll have all this open anyways. Then the electricians can do some wiring. I think put all my switches and stuff in here, because this door, if I'm reading the prints right, opens this way. So yeah, we gotta do that. We'll move this light fixture over and put a bunch of pot lights in, and then start on all this stuff. At some point, probably this week, get a wall framed across there and there and there, And then these are all done. And then that way the electricians can wire on that. And then I gotta go downstairs and move a bunch of stuff there so that the wiring can get finished there as well. So lots to do. Never ending, which is fun. It's good. We had a good weekend. Put up a little baby gate so Brant could see out, but he can't get over it because we don't have railings on. We'll see if we get to that this week. I'm not sure how much time we're gonna have for all this, but yeah, if you're one of my plumbing customers, I apologize because probably not getting as much plumbing done as I maybe should, but sometimes you gotta make a little time to do your own stuff, otherwise you never get time. So yeah, we're gonna keep laying some deck boards and see what else we can get done today, and then I gotta take off and go do a bunch of service calls. So, but yeah, that's where we're at so far. Once we get back to doing something a little more exciting than just the deck boards for video wise, then we'll work at that. But yeah, we're getting there. Things are changing. I still can't. This room feels huge compared to what it was. Like, it's massive. It's crazy. So like, standing back here, so if you're in the kitchen now, you can look out and you have this big window, and we're gonna have windows over here so you can see out. But before, it was just that wall, so you could only kind of see out that little corner. But now with that gone, it just makes it feel open. I think eventually I'll build a island in here, and then we'll try and mimic the exact same granite and like wood color as this, so that it matches and looks like it was always there. It'll be a pretty good sized island. I think it's like 5 by 8 feet or something like that when I measured it out a year ago. So that'll be neat to have too. It's just we'll see when it gets done. Things take time, and we got to do it in stages so that we can afford to do it too. We're not getting ourselves strapped too thin that if something happens, we don't have anything left. So it takes a lot of time, but we'll get there. In a week and a half, this place is crazy. It's a whole new house. It's wild. The view from up here is awesome. Love it. We spent a lot of time out here this weekend. But yeah, once we get some more stuff done, I'll check back in and fill you in with what you got going on then. Well, had a little bit of time this morning before I head off for work. It's almost 8. So, got the wall stripped. It's all the way down. It's all done. Last night I was learning how to do railing. So, here it is. We got 4x4 post, 2x4, 2x4 with a 2x6 on top. Just thought we'd want that extra little bit of solidness. Looks good. Makes it nice and stiff that way too. Like, nobody's gonna be able to push this thing over or do something silly. But turned out really nice. Very happy with that. I have lots to do, so lots of railing. I'll get good at it yet. This whole section here, we were gonna go to here, but we've decided we're gonna carry it post to post to post. It's gonna be our little outdoor cook area. Do like our big green egg. I don't know if we'll do like a little sink and some counter space and a barbecue somewhere, maybe over in this corner, and then leave some counter there too. I'm not sure. I know the big green egg is gonna go in the corner and face out. Otherwise, it's kind of a dead zone anyways. And then so that will be solid with deck boards around the outside because we don't need railing there, which is nice. Saves a little bit on railing. We have some leftover boards and stuff. I should be able to do that. Underneath all of these guys, we're using big tech screws to go down and hold them into the wood, but we need to put a whole whack of blocks in underneath, because like this one, there's if you can see, it's open underneath, right? So when you put the screw into this hole, it doesn't really grab anything. So I'm putting a whole whack of blocking underneath. I gotta do that at some point today yet to start working my way around, and then start picking away at this railing and try and get as much done as we can, because the little guy in the house is loves to run for the edge, and we can't have that. It's way too high. So we're gonna do that, but yeah, I gotta run around and get some stuff done today. I'm hoping I can have an early day and then get back to this and see if we can knock off 2 more sections of railing, and then we will rough frame up the barbecue area and then work on some railing again after that. So I gotta use up what I have for posts and wood and stuff. I'm only buying so much pressure treated at a time. Just if it gets out in the sun, it warps and shrinks so fast, it's crazy. So we gotta do that. Oh, and then also with these brackets, so traditionally you would carry this down and through and fasten it to your outside, whatever, 2x10, 2x6, 2x8, whatever you've got there for decking. You would fasten this would go through, and you big screws into it, and that's what holds your post. Well, because we've got like a double wide and stuff like that, I don't want to notch this post to go around and down, because I don't think that's as structural. So we put these steel brackets in, which they're made for concrete to hold posts, so it shouldn't be an issue. I guess we'll find out. And my only issue is I don't know how to screw this into this, because the steel's in the way. So I think I'm gonna hi Pop. I think I'm gonna have to pre-drill through into the steel and then run. I want 2 screws in each piece, and then that's gonna stiffen it up. These ones aren't bad, that's just into the wood, so we can kind of toenail into there with some big deck screws, and that will hold it. But yeah, wherever these brackets are, I gotta figure something out. So, but other than that, like, doesn't move at all, which is sweet. I sat on it last night just to see what it would do. Didn't budge. So no, it's solid. So anyways, I'm gonna run around and do a couple things, and when I come back, then we will see what we can knock off next. Good morning. So today we're going to be working on putting in some windows and doors. We are going to start on our 12-foot patio door, and this is it here. We've laid a level across and found the kind of high spots. We grabbed the grinder, just kind of touched it up with the flap disc, made sure that there's no humps or bumps in it so that it's the same flatness all the way across. The level isn't, I don't think, as big of a concern as humps and stuff like that. They're gonna make the door rock weird. So we've checked that, made sure that's all level, and now we will start putting this frame together. Comes in one big long box with all the pieces. Basically, from what I'm understanding, from what I've watched and read, you put your frame together and all the little bits, and then you slide it into place, and then we will put the 2 fixed panels in and then the 2 sliders. So you get to watch as we figure this out. let me fill you in kind of where I'm at. So, as you saw, I took this wall out. Floor's pretty close. I think we're going to get away with just a little bit of underlay under here, and then I can floor right over top, so I don't have to peel the tile up. This is going to be one bedroom here. Can't decide. I might leave the door there. I don't have to touch the switches and stuff. This paneling will come off. Maybe that wall. Maybe I'll just paint it for now. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's one bedroom. It is like 10 foot 3 by 10 foot 3 by something. Okay, I can't remember what it's supposed to be. Let me look on the old plans. By 13. So all these bedrooms are very close in size. So they're all basically that 10 foot by 13 foot. This is going to be another room over here. You will enter from this doorway. So it's confusing with all this stuff. This is going to stay. It might come over. I might leave it. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'll probably put it underneath and then have it swing the opposite. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Probably move this over, just make an archway. I don't think we need a door there. Then this will be another door. It will open against that wall. That will do this bedroom. There's going to be a little closet here for it. Backed onto that will be a closet. Oop, stepping on stuff. Closet on this side. This will be another room. So there'll be a wall somewhere here with another door. I gotta frame that in yet. And these closets. But yeah, I gotta get all this done so that the electricians can come back. They can finish up the wiring and get their inspection done so I can start closing walls in, because I would like to get some air conditioning in this house and then keep working, because it is very hot. I feel like every day I just sweat obscene amounts. I'm over it. So it'd be nice to get some AC going. Yeah, it's coming. It's lots of work, lots of evenings, lots of days. Kids took off to the cottage with my wife, and they are having a lot of fun. And I decided to stay home and try and get this stuff done so that I can stay on top of things before all the so I can get the other trades done, and then it's my own pace, and we can just drywall one room at a time, move somebody in, and start having bedrooms again, because that'll be nice. So anyways, we'll get back to framing and see if we can fill this side in and make some more rooms. Well, we got the basement all framed up and done. Oh, I'm missing that wall. I'll do that tonight or something. Anyways, we got closet for each room. This room's got a closet over there, door, and a door. And then this is a solid wall. This is gonna be our pantry room, which is gonna be from the entrance. Kind of odd, but whatever. It's the space we had. So I'm gonna insulate that really well, and then probably put like a little standalone AC unit or something in it. That door has to get moved up to here, and then the screen pulled off it. And then this wall, so that this is one big room. Electricians should be able to do what they need to do now downstairs. We got a little bit left to frame on the upstairs part. I gotta take out the wall and put the big window and patio door in the side of the kitchen. I might work at that tonight. I would like to get that all done. They want to come Thursday and it's Tuesday. So, a couple days. See what else we can get done. I'm going to block this door off for now so that animals and critters and everything else can't just wander through our entire house. And then maybe I'll bug the boys and see if, by boys I mean my dad and my brother, see if I can get them to help me put these patio doors in and maybe move this one up too, and then that's all done. So I gotta run. I am late. Well, not quite. I'll be on time yet. Maybe I will frame that in. I'm probably gonna go frame that closet wall in so that's done down here and there's not one little piece pestering me. And then go run some service calls and stuff, and yeah, see what we can get up to later today. So now that we got the window framed in, I'm hoping that I got the dimensions right, because that's going to be really annoying if I didn't. We got to figure out, it's going to be so nice to be able to see that way. I got to figure out how much space I want between here and the patio door. So I'm going to do some measuring on that. I think I want to leave myself like maybe 3.5 feet. And if you wanted to put, I don't know, like a painting or something on the wall, you could. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I can make it kind of whatever I want to make it. But yeah, let's do, I don't know. What if I do 3'6". It's been decided. I'm gonna have to wait to do the door because the electricians are gonna have to remove all these wires. All this electrical that goes down to the old panel, it's been disconnected up top, but I'd like them to pull it down through and out. One, I don't really have enough time right now, but two, yeah, that needs to come out. But they'll have to come up and jump up into the ceiling to come around. I should mark out the other side of that door. So How's that look? Yeah. So yeah, we have a patio door there, and we'll frame that in another day once they get these wires removed, which will be, I think, tomorrow. But for the time being, I am gonna slap up some, do some vapor barrier. It'd be kind of fun to have a window. So yeah, I'll staple some vapor barrier up quick and then off to work. Well, that should be sealed enough for now. Hopefully the kids don't push through that. Yeah. So keep the bugs out. Maybe a little breeze wouldn't be bad, but the bugs are no fun. So yeah, got that taped up. Once I get the patio door framed in, I can sheet this with plywood, but I can't really do that till they get the wires pulled. So I don't know. I gotta frame one more wall in the bedroom for a walk-in closet. And then once that's done, I think that's all the framing and tearing out that has to be done. We got the basement all finished. So, getting there. It's coming, slowly. Oh well. It'll get done. Got this patio door installed. Me, Dad, and, well, I guess my dad and my brother. The three of us came. My brother he loves instructions, so it's good. We always like make jokes because he's the one out of the family that kind of loves to read a lot more than me and Dad do. But yeah, you need somebody like that when you're doing this. This is our view now, though. It's a 4-pane, both those centers open with no bar in the middle, and then there's screens that'll go across. I will have to make something for the screens because they just kind of butt up against each other and they don't kind of hold together. So I think I'm going to make up something. I probably won't be this year yet, but some magnets or something on that. We've also got a 8-foot patio door on the south side of our house and a 8-foot window. We never had any sort of windows on that side of the house, so this is a pretty big improvement on that. It's pretty cool. Sit there and have your lunch and breakfast, and you get to see out all the windows. It makes the house feel way bigger yet too. I got a bunch of vapor barrier up. I think I showed a lot of that, or maybe that's gonna be on the next video. I'm not sure what I did. Maybe that's on the next one. We also still need to do these windows. I need to cut this out before we drywall this corner in, just so that we don't have that fake looking beam there. We gotta change this window. This window we're gonna have to cut, don't mind life. We had to cut this down some because Megan, when she stands here, she can't see through there. She's not tall enough. Something I never thought about. I'm not really a tall person, but it never kind of crossed my mind about that. And then she said she wanted a lower window, so we're gonna make a lower one. We've also got the window for the new office area. We've got the window in the laundry room there, laundry room closet sort of thing. We've got a bunch of outlets wired so I can put a desk in and have plugs blowing on top. Nice kind of closet storage room sort of thing here. That one's got to get cut out, and then that door's got to get shifted over. And yeah, still pretty good work in progress, but we're getting there. Slow and steady. We'll eventually be moved back in, hopefully not too much longer, and then we'll kind of feel like we have a house again, which will be nice. We've been living out of the house, but sleeping in the trailer. And sleeping in the trailer is getting old, so this will be much nicer. Well, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Hopefully a lot more drywall and that sort of stuff, and we'll be finishing the place. We've got our ceiling delivered for the pine board, which we're going to do in the cathedral, so we can put that up. Hopefully that goes up this week. I will try and do more 1 week videos of this instead of waiting so long that I have too much footage that I don't know what to put in. So yeah, hopefully I can stay a little bit more on top of that. I mean, life's busy and all of a sudden you blink and too much time goes by, but that's all right. We'll get this closed off and be living in here in no time again. Thanks for watching.